You're listening to the Kim D. Snyder Podcast, episode number 40. In this episode, you will discover lessons learned from the pandemic so far.
Welcome to the Kim D. Snyder Podcast.
Welcome. I'm your host, Kim. This show is for business leaders and experts to stand out. For the show notes, please go to kimdsnyder.com/040. If you're interested in leadership development for your organization, please go to kimdsnyder.com/inquire. Let's get this party started and let's discover the 4 things that I have seen that people have learned so far in their organization. And this has been an accumulation of information from 2 specific groups. There's a thought leadership mastermind I belong to, which is thought leaders in all types of disciplines that we all work at corporate headquarters with leadership and talent, and also with some learning and development executives. So first one is get it done no matter what. So the lessons in there are, our timelines went from, weeks and months to matter of like hours and days. So get it done no matter what. We've done roles and tasks that aren't in our job description because we've had to get it done no matter what. One of the people that I was talking to was in the hospitality industry, and she was in the leading learning and development group, and she said, I know more than I ever need to know about how to clean a hotel room and what a maid does, because she had to create training for it. And so she had to dive in and totally understand that. And was that in her job description? Obviously not, based on her reaction, but it was getting the job done. And, as a consultant and a project manager, you're doing that, but make sure you're doing it even deeper and looking at whatever else is out there to get done no matter what. Let's see. People have been experimenting, trying things. And I did an episode in this, I'll put in the notes, about this is the best time to experiment. Well, people are actually doing it in organizations, and they're coming up with things that are working and aren't, but they're not letting the aren't component or the fail component or the this didn't work, let's tweak it, stop them where I think it would have stopped them in the past. They're also asking and soliciting and really understanding to employees to see what they want and what they need. And they've been really surprised about who has given feedback and, the preconceived notions that they probably wouldn't have asked before. They're getting responses from people, and they're surprised by the responses. So again, they're getting the job done, giving what they need, they're asking, and it's kind of this no matter what to take place. Second area I'm seeing is in leadership. This one I'm seeing totally mixed reviews, and you might be seeing this with yourself or the other leaders in your organization. And the 2 components of leadership I see are, 1, the leaders are getting a chance to reconnect with their team and become more personable, become more empathetic. And then the other side is leaders are still unsure what to do. They are like frozen in fear. They aren't taking an action, which is still action. So no action is still action, but they are froze and they have not acted at all. So I would say that if you're in that boat, you've got to reach out to somebody, reach out to your colleagues, and you just need to start that dialogue because not only does your team need it, but your company and your organization. So time to step up as a leader and make sure that you're providing what your team and your company needs to ensure your company has that longevity. The third area is we're getting more personal. It's not about just business anymore. And so, some of those meetings we're talking about, how are you feeling? How are you doing? How are things at home in a sense of let's make sure we handle that, because if your home environment where we're working is okay, then it enables us to have that mental freedom to be productive and actually do the work. And so we're getting more personal. We're also learning how to be resilient. So with ourselves and help our team members. And so we're making those personal connections to be more empathetic, more sympathetic, and really rely on your coworkers and your colleagues. And then the fourth area that I'm seeing, so we looked at get it done no matter what, leadership, kind of the good and bad, what I'm seeing, getting more personal. And the fourth one is innovations are created. And I'm seeing two sides to this again, and it all depends upon number 3 or 4 or 2, which is leadership, which is if you are having no innovations, then get the heck out of that company. Get help for your leaders because it's a leadership issue and you're not having that environment. So the companies that are having people act with the get it done no matter what are innovating. And, one of the companies were sharing that they were even creating podcasts, a different form that they didn't normally do. And they were actually in a manufacturing facility and they didn't know if the people on the floor would listen to it, but they did listen to it. And so they found that it was really helpful. They're trying new stuff. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, great. And they're asking for feedback and how can they tweak it. They're looking for different learning mediums, communication mediums. And so that's happening. So again, kind of the good and the bad side of innovations creating. So if it's not happening at your company, leave or talk to your leaders or your colleagues and get them, give them that push that they need to move forward. So what are the action items after this episode? I have 3, which is 1, do this exercise, for yourself personally and your department or organization and see what have you learned and what's been working. 2, do you need to support the leaders in your organization and or your colleagues or peers? And if so, then, ask how you can help them. Share some articles, get them a coach, whatever it is, because the leaders are the ones that really help move the organization forward to make sure they're there, the organization's there. And then do the same exercise for your colleagues and team members. Ask how they're doing, making sure you're supporting them. People handle stress and uncertainty different, so they're not always going to be forthcoming. So see how you can support them. And for the show notes for this episode, go to kimdsnyder.com/040. Thank you for listening. And I would appreciate if you leave a review wherever you're listening to this podcast so we can reach other leaders. If you want more results for you and your leadership team, let's talk. Go to kimdsnyder.com/inquire. See you in the next episode.